Now, semen retention. I know you guys have heard the term. I know you guys have heard the stories, whatever it may be. But what really is semen retention? That's the point of this video, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna break down what semen retention is, the benefits of semen retention. Now, I went 12 months on semen retention. I'm gonna give you guys my experience with it, and I'm gonna give you guys some tips and advice on how to do it if you're in a relationship. Maybe you have a live-in girlfriend, whatever it may be. Okay, okay. So let's get to it. Now, for those of you who don't know, I also offer one-on-one coaching now. Now, I've had a lot of guys who have requested this. Some people, they just want that one-on-one advice. So, financial advice when it comes to relationships, women, gym advice, diet advice, whatever it may be. I'm gonna have the link below. You guys could book a one-on-one session with me, and yeah, let's get this work. So, let's break down semen retention, right? So, for those of you who don't know, semen retention is the practice of abstaining from releasing your man juices, your semen. Okay, so this calls to restrain or not restrain, abstain from sex, so that way you don't release any juices. Now, when you hold on to your man juices, the longer you hold on to it, the better the benefits get, and just the better you feel overall. So that's what semen retention is. Now, I have a couple benefits that I wrote down. I'm gonna let you guys know what they are, and then I'm going to compare them to my own experience. Okay, so the first benefit of semen retention is you have improved confidence. You have an immense amount of confidence. Okay, you see that you're able to attack things a lot better. You're at work, you're walking with that kind of swagger. You get what I'm saying? Around women, you're a lot more calm and collected. On top of that, you have women flocking to you. They're flirting at you. They're throwing little hints and they're choosing you, all these things. Your confidence is through the roof. Okay. That's one thing. So if you're a guy who struggles being confident, maybe you're in your head a little too much, try semen retention just to kind of get you started. And then you could just go on from there. The second benefit is there is no anxiety once you're on semen retention. So if you're a guy who is anxious, maybe you have social anxiety, maybe you have performance anxiety, whatever kind of anxiety you have, semen retention over time, the longer you continue it, takes away all that anxiety. Okay. So again, if you're anxious, you wake up and you're anxious, that goes away over time. The third benefit, you have a lot better, you have a better and sharper level of focus. So maybe with your work, maybe you're in college, you're a student, maybe you're in the gym, you're a lot, you focus better. I know me sometimes before semen retention, I used to in between sets hop on TikTok a lot, but sometimes we kind of have to in between sets. But what you'll realize on semen retention is after a set, you lock in, you don't even pull out your phone unless you're changing music, but then you go right back to it. So your level of focus is a lot better. Excuse me, especially if you're running a business. You know what I'm saying? Your focus and attention level is a lot sharper. Now, the fourth benefit is you're more determined. So anything that you're trying to achieve, maybe you're trying to get a better body, make more money, find a better job, you're much more determined to do it. And regardless of how you feel, you still go after it and get it. Whether you're tired, whether you're sleepy, whether you feel down, whatever it may be, you have a lot better determination level and you're a lot more ambitious. Okay. Now the fifth thing, this goes with the gym again. Since your focus is so much better in the gym, that leads to increased strength. So you do get stronger. You know what I'm saying? Because your testosterone level increases. Okay. The longer you hold on to your man juices, the higher your testosterone gets. Now it's not a drastic number, but it's definitely a boost. And with testosterone, even a little boost helps you a long way. Okay. The next benefit is increased immune system. You're probably like, what? Yes, increased immune system. I'm going to give you guys a story, right? So there was a time where when I started semen retention, it was in my 2 months, the first 2 months, right? Now, me, before I get sick, I start to feel kind of scratchy in the throat. So on a Monday, I started feeling scratchy in my throat. I'm like, oh man, I'm about to get sick. But keep in mind, I was on semen retention. Okay, I was on my second month. So then Tuesday comes. Now usually it starts that way, but then it gets worse by the next day where I'm like fully in bed. I can't do anything. The next day comes, it's still just scratchiness in my throat. I'm like, that's weird. I should have been sick by now. True story. True story. And it's now I'm looking back at it, I realize what was going on. But anyways, Tuesday comes, I don't feel anything. Just a scratchy throat. Wednesday come, like, oh man, it's coming for sure Wednesday. Wednesday come, I don't feel anything else, just a scratchy throat, and I just have just my throat just kind of just itches a little bit more. Now, Thursday, unfortunately, I relapsed. Thursday, I relapsed and I released. Man, that same night, 2 or 3 a.m., I got hit with a fever. My body was hot. My bones were aching. I was sweating. My throat, I had congestion. I could barely breathe. That same night, okay? And it lasted for about a week and 2 days. And I didn't know what happened, but now I'm looking back at it, it was because I was on retention. And even to this day, I use that knowledge, okay? So you do have an increased immune system. Now, the next benefit is you have better sleep. Oh man, the sleep was great. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. The sleep was amazing. Even if I went to sleep a little bit late, I still woke up with energy. Crazy, I know. And then the last benefit is you obviously have more choosing signals from women. They could just, it's like a magnet. It's like they could just smell the masculinity in you. They could smell the testosterone in you, man. It's crazy. They just flock to you, man. Seriously. And that's why on semen retention, you're able to attract better women because they're attracted to your level of masculinity. You know what I'm saying? It's like they could smell it on you, man. It is crazy. All of a sudden, you see them radiating around you. They want to be around you, whatever it may be. They're creating excuses to be around you. You feel me? This is the type, like they'll come and drop a pencil next to you. Oops, I dropped that just to be around you kind of thing, okay? Women flock to you like crazy. Okay, so those are the benefits that happen on semen retention. Those are also the benefits that I've experienced during my 12-month journey, okay? Now, the next important part we're going to get into in this video is how do you do semen retention, or how do you retain if you have a girlfriend, if you're in a relationship, if you're engaged, or if you live with your woman. Now, the very first thing that has to happen is you and your lady have to come to a mutual agreement. Okay? You have to come to a mutual agreement. You have to communicate that with her. Because women have needs, and especially if she's attracted to you and she has desire for you, she's going to have needs. Okay? You have to communicate that with your lady, and she has to be okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Because again, some women, they're not going to be okay with going months without having intimacy, and vice versa. So once she's okay with it, the second step is for you guys to work as a team. Okay? Now she has to support you on your journey. So anything that she knows that could tempt you, obviously, she can restrain from, and same with you. Again, and for my experience, right? Again, because at this time when I was on retention, me and my lady, I had a lady at the time. I was in a relationship. Before we agreed to go into it, we had a conversation and we chose that, hey, we're doing this for God. We want to wait until we get married. Okay? You have to have that conversation with them. You can't just stop pleasuring them out of nowhere. Okay? Like I said, me and my lady, we had a conversation. Now she was willing to abstain from it. I was willing to abstain from it. So then we took the journey together. The next step we did was, after we were into the journey together, 3-4 months in, we had to be strong for each other at times. Okay? It's going to be a time where you want to do it. But again, you guys have to, for example, there was a time where I was weak and I was willing to give in, but my lady, she was strong for me. She reminded me, hey, no, we can't do this. We made a pact and we're so deep into it now. If we relapse, then we would probably feel really bad. And vice versa. There were times where she was weak and I had to be strong. I had to remind her, hey, we have to continue. So you guys have to be strong for each other. It's a serious thing. Overall, Those are the three main things. And the most important thing above all that is to have God. What kept me strong and what kept me strong for my girl was the fact that I had God, because we replaced that time to have intimacy. We replaced that with reading the Bible, watching sermons and learning more about God, worshiping and things like that. We replaced it with that activity. So that's how we brought on that new intimacy. So even though we weren't being intimate having S3X, but we were being intimate with God. We were being intimate with the Holy Spirit and just learning about God. Okay, so we just replaced that with God. So that wraps up this video. If y'all have any questions, let me know. Don't forget, if you need any one-on-one coaching, one-on-one session, a lot of you guys will be a good fit for it. I'm going to have the link down below. You guys could book a session with me and we could talk about whatever you need. And yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm going.